You are now listening to WSN Wolf Sports Network, live from the University of West Georgia in Carrollton, now an Odyssey station.
We're back, baby. It's Season 6 of Sports Out of Pocket, where the takes are cold and there is zero chill.
That's right. We're back with controversy. We're calling out the fakes, the frauds, and the failures.
Cash or Trash is back too. Your takes, your trades, we judge it all.
And we're bringing you stats, smack talk, and sleepers in our segment, Fantasy Football.
But wait, there's more. Our new segment, Hit the Gritty, where we tackle the immaculate grid.
And we're melting the ice with the return of Fire Me Up.
And you already know we bring you the coldest interviews in sports radio.
This is the Philly Sports Guy.
This is former MLB All-Star Justin Masterson.
Hey, yo, what up? My name is Josh Martinez from Z100 New York.
What up, guys? It's Tyrell Adams, former UWG linebacker.
One vet, three rookies. Sports Out of Pocket Season 6. Zero chill. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Season 6 Sports Out of Pocket debut. I'm your host, Jackson Voles. Now, you look around the table, it may look a little different. If y'all have not been paying attention to Sports Out of Pocket the past 5 seasons, I usually do a show with 3 guys named Stephen Lambert, who would be our host, Andrew and Chase Jefferson, our twins. Unfortunately, they are not here. They have moved on, graduated, doing big things out in the real world. But I am the only one who returned, and honestly, I might regret it. I'm just playing. We put a lot of hard work into this show, and I brought 3 new guys, 3 new faces, 3 new voices to carry on the Sports Out of Pocket legacy. Right across from me, you may know him from the playbook every Friday at noon. By the way, we changed our showtime coming soon. Mr. JT Groves. JT, thank you so much for taking time to join and carry on the Sports Out of Pocket legacy.
Of course. Thanks for having me on. Dude, I'm so excited to get this going. I've been watching y'all all last year, and I was like, dude, professional sports is my forte. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about professional sports, and where better to do it than Sports Out of Pocket? Dude,
I'm glad to have you on. You definitely bring the energy. Now, to the right, you may not recognize this guy. New face to Wolf Sports Network, Mr. Grady Hamilton, Chase Jefferson's mentee from last school year. So, Grady, how's your day going, man?
It's going pretty good. I'm looking to carry on Chase's legacy. I've been excited about this all year. I'm wearing a LeBron James jersey, if you can't see it, by the way. LeBron James is the GOAT. I just want to get that out of the way early. That's all I got to say.
Honestly, I think Michael Jordan, but that's going to be a debate for another day. But to the left, taking my spot at board, my mentee from last year, Mr. Michael Miller. Michael, how's your day going, bro?
It's going great, and I'm excited. I feel like I worked my way up to this, you know? I was a wit last fall. Then I had a podcast last semester, and now I'm on a live show.
And I was your mentor, right?
Yeah, but I kind of try to, put that out.
Yeah, we don't talk about it. That's not on his resume, by the way.
I'm not putting that on there.
Anyways, I'm super excited to get this show rolling. My 6th season doing this, but let's get into the show.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
We're in here talking about practice.
It's time for the latest sports controversies.
Now, as y'all know, the NFL season starts next week, September 4th, between my Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys next week. So we're going to start off with some NFL controversies, and a guy across from me has a really big one that, I may have some conflicting opinions on. But JT, give us your controversy.
All right, so my controversy for today, I want to talk about probably the biggest either diva in the NFL, or maybe his team just hates him. I want to talk about Micah Parsons today. I think that this guy is either a really big diva, or maybe Jerry Jones is just a horrible owner, but we know that. It could be both. But I want to get your guys' opinions on it. Do you think Micah Parsons is going to get a new contract and be playing in Dallas this season, or do you think he's going to get traded to a team like the Packers or the Falcons or the Bills, teams that have been sending trades and have been in trade talks?
Look, right now, I want to say this from a non-biased Eagles standpoint, an NFC East rival, Micah Parsons is one of the best linebackers in all of the NFL. And you see with this Dallas Cowboys organization, it took so long for them to get CeeDee Lamb under wraps. And then Dak Prescott was, deliberating free agency, leaving the Cowboys. I mean, not saying Dak Prescott's a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to give him his flowers. Phenomenal quarterback when he's healthy. But it took the Dallas Cowboys to get a deal going with him for a while, too. So I think with Jerry Jones, for Dallas Cowboys to succeed, they need Jerry Jones out of there. Point blank period, point one. But Micah Parsons, I really don't know, because you see a lot of guys who are extremely talented, one of the top pieces at their position. I mean, like Tyreek Hill was in a similar situation, deliberating about if he should leave the Miami Dolphins. Honestly, I think Micah Parsons sticks in Dallas because, I mean, you saw it with CeeDee Lamb. They got the deal done. Dak Prescott, they got the deal done. So Micah Parsons, I think he sticks in Dallas.
I just don't see how, as a GM, you want a player like that on your franchise. Like, it was the same thing with Jimmy Butler. I know this is a different sport, but if there's a player that's so obviously like disconnected and not wanting to be a part of your franchise, I feel like at that point you have to let him go. No matter how skilled of a player that is, if he's not putting his full effort into the team, I don't know how you want to keep that there, because he's just going to be a cancer in their locker room, even if they do get him to re-sign.
I don't think he's going to be in Dallas anymore. I don't think he's going to play really at all for him this year. I think he's going to get traded at some point, just because I think that Jerry's burned that bridge. I think he's burned their relationship. Micah Parsons has been very vocal for a long time about how he wants to be a Cowboy for his entire career. He wants to stay there, and then he was very vocal about how Jerry's just killed that. And that bridge has been burned. And you see the way he's been acting in these preseason games, showing up eating nachos when he walks into the when he walks into the locker room. So I think this is beyond recovering. I don't think he's going to be there anymore.
And I think it was a Falcons fan that was like, pick up the phone. The Falcons are calling. They want you. And he was like, did the little phone signal. He was like, have him call me for sure.
Didn't he take a nap on the trainer's table during a drive during one of the preseason games? Didn't I see a clip of that?
He did do that.
Dude, you were talking about.
It is so obvious that he doesn't want to be there. I agree with Grady. I don't think that he should be there. I think that he doesn't want to be there. The Cowboys obviously want him there. He's a great player. But the stuff he's doing off the field right now, it just doesn't correlate. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, honestly, I think Micah Parsons stays. But, you were talking about trade destinations. So where do you think Micah Parsons is going to go if he does not stick in Dallas?
I would love it to be here, but I just don't think that's going to happen. But probably Green Bay if I had to pick one.
Yeah. Green Bay
is definitely the first team that comes to mind. I mean, they've always had like decent pass rush, but adding somebody like Micah Parsons, and that's where most of the trade talks are coming from. I think there was some type of rumor about like $45 million a year to bring him to Green Bay. So I could definitely see that happening. But at the same time, if he doesn't go to Green Bay, he might stay in Dallas.
I mean, delusional is the motto of any Atlanta sports fan. So Micah Parsons is going to Atlanta. I know that with 100% confidence. I can tell you that.
Hey, we'll see what happens there. But I want to stick with the conversation of the NFL. We have about 3 minutes left in this segment. A team that also happens to wear blue, the Indianapolis Colts. Now, we've been talking about this all week. Anthony Richardson, a lot of people thought heading into that 2023 draft that he was going to be the best quarterback out of that draft with the highest ceiling. And just to let you know, if you guys are not NFL fans, that draft included Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud. Anthony Richardson obviously has not succeeded in Indianapolis. I mean, a lot of people gave him, the benefit of the doubt. He was injured for a little bit, injured that whole, rookie season. But does he stick in Indianapolis? They named Daniel Jones the starting quarterback. Where does he go, sticking with the Anthony Richardson situation?
I think this is his best chance to earn his spot back. I don't agree with the Colts and what they did with starting Daniel Jones, but maybe that gives Anthony Richardson something to look forward to and to try and beat out Daniel Jones for that spot. And I was a big believer in Anthony Richardson. I didn't think he was going to be the best quarterback, but I had him in fantasy his rookie year, and he was doing so good those first couple weeks before he got hurt. So I'm still big on Anthony Richardson. I still think he might have one last shot in him, like a player that has like a late shot in their career. They come back and like a Baker Mayfield. Yeah. Everybody's giving up on him when he played for Cleveland, and then he comes back to Tampa Bay, and all of a sudden he's a top 10 quarterback again. I think Anthony Richardson can have that same kind of story, but just stay in. I think he could just stay with the Colts, and if they get some more help around him, I think it's possible that he has a resurgence.
I kind of disagree with JT. I think that he needs a change of scenery. I'm sorry, JT. I'm sorry. I know that hurt you.
It's all right.
But he needs a change of scenery. He needs to go do something else. He's very athletically gifted, obviously, but I just don't know if that scheme's going to work with him. I think that a change of scenery, going to a different team, like JT was talking about with Baker Mayfield, sometimes you just got to change it up, and you'll find the fit for you if you go somewhere else.
I agree with JT that he has an opportunity to fix it in Indianapolis, but I just don't think he's going to. Because so far his NFL career is just a mirror image of Florida. It's the same thing. Yeah. He has moments like that Utah game in 2022 when he made two alien type plays and won the game for him, and then the rest of the year he can't. He doesn't look like he knows how to play quarterback. That's the rest of it. So I just don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna rebound. But if he does, I do think he has the opportunity to do it in Indianapolis.
I mean, you were talking about bringing in new weapons for Indianapolis. I mean, they drafted Tyler Warren in the first round. They brought in Tyler Warren, versatile tight end over there, and then you still have A.D. Mitchell, Josh Downs, and Michael Pittman Jr. So, I mean, he has a chance to turn it around. We'll see how the season progresses. And I know the Colts are looking to cash in on Anthony Richardson. But speaking of that, let's get into our next segment, Cash or Trash.
Will our mouths write a check that we can't cash? Find out when we answer the question on everyone's mind. Cash or trash?
That's right. Cash or Trash is back for the 6th season in a row. And sticking on the topic of NFL quarterback situations, JT Groves.
I'm Millie rocking over here.
JT Groves, you have a very tricky situation in Cleveland that you would like to speak upon.
I do want to talk about the quarterback situation in Cleveland. I have some family that are some Browns fans. Shout out. But I want to talk about Shedeur Sanders. He made the roster, but my cash or trash is I think he's going to be not just third string, not just second string. I think he will be the starter in Cleveland by the end of the season. I want to throw this to Grady. What do you think?
Cash. I think you have to if you're Cleveland. Joe Flacco is a fossil. He's going to his bones are going to turn to dust if he takes too hard of a hit. I think if you give him Shedeur Sanders, that whole community, I've seen more people wearing Shedeur Sanders jerseys than I think I've ever seen wearing Browns jerseys in general. Just watching clips of stuff that I've seen. Shedeur Sanders is just the life beat that they need to inject into that Cleveland Brown franchise, and I think that it's cash. I mean, money from JT.
Cash.
Hold on. I actually want to hold a conflicting opinion. I think it is trash. Honestly, I think Dylan Gabriel over Shedeur Sanders in my opinion. But I want to talk about Joe Flacco just for a minute. I mean, you were talking about Joe Flacco being a fossil. We saw what Joe Flacco did in Cleveland a couple years ago under the same set of head coaches and offensive coordinators with Kevin Stefanski. They called him Joe Magic for a reason. They still had the same wide receiver core. I mean, minus Amari Cooper. They still Jerry Jeudy had a phenomenal season last season, over 1,000-yard season last season. They have what's his name? Cedric. They have Cedric Tillman. They have Jerry Jeudy, and they have David Njoku. So I mean, I don't necessarily see an issue with having Joe Flacco for a long tenured part of the season, but if anything, I think Dylan Gabriel has looked better than Shedeur Sanders in training camp. So, in my opinion, but I have a conflicting opinion on Shedeur Sanders. So, I mean, I think I'm gonna trash your take for right now.
It's fair.
I'm gonna slightly trash it. And then the only reason I'm trashing it is just because I think Cleveland's going to be in it the entire season. That's why I'm not going to do that, because I do think that Joe Flacco, like you said, had success a couple years ago when Cleveland made that run, and I think that's going to continue. I like Cleveland. I like that. I think they have a sneaky good team this year.
I don't think they have the talent this year to be a playoff team at all, and I think that if they want to have a shot, I'd rather them put in Shedeur Sanders and either go 3-14, contend for the number one pick, or maybe make playoffs instead of going 6 wins with Joe Flacco. I think they need to take that risk.
That's exactly how I feel, JT. I think that Shedeur Sanders is just what you have to have moving forwards. I don't think Dylan Gabriel's the move. He said that. What was that one thing he said before that one game where he threw 3 interceptions and got clipped on a bunch of times on social media?
Expectations.
Yeah,
people are just here for entertainers.
Yeah, and Shedeur Sanders is the entertainer, and I think if you're the Browns and you're going 6, like JT said, I'd rather go 3 wins with the most entertaining quarterback in the league than 6 wins with Joe Magic or whatever you want to call him.
I mean, if anything, they plummet for Arch Manning next season.
They might as well, dude. They might as well.
I don't know. But sticking on the run with the NFL, Grady, you have a really hot take that I feel like the people would want to hear.
Oh, okay. So I think that Jaden Daniels is the best rookie of all time in the NFL. That's what I'm spitting with. I think Jaden Daniels had the best rookie season ever in the NFL.
Jackson, I think you should go first. You're an Eagles fan.
I'm going to toss it over to Michael.
I'm going to cash it. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, let's think about it for a minute. All right, Jane Daniels last year, look at how unstoppable he looked last year. That's the first thing. Number 2, he just carried Washington to an NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
I know he's got talent around him. He's got Terry McLaurin. Brian Robinson's a good running back.
Brian Robinson Jr. is in San Francisco now.
Did they trade? Oh, they did trade him. That's right.
Well,
that's right. I've done it last year.
Last year.
He led his team in rushing last year.
Hey, they
don't even really need him in the first place. Just put him at quarterback and running back, and they have the problem solved there.
Yeah, but he pretty much just he took Washington and just made them a force offensively, especially that second half of the year. I mean, they were a machine as a rookie, went on the road to Detroit and just manhandled the Lions defense. I know they had a lot of injuries on the defense last year, but still, though.
But do we think he's going to have a similar campaign to what
Yes.
C.J. Stroud did? C.J. Stroud had a great rookie
sophomore
season
slump.
and then sophomore slump. Do we think that's going to happen again with a Commanders team that out of nowhere just had a great season? Do we think they're going to fall out of the playoffs this year? For me personally, I don't think the Commanders are going to make the playoffs this year. And that might be a crazy take. I could see Dallas even placing ahead of them. But, all right, hear me out. I'm going to trash this take.
I'm going to trash you.
I'm going to trash this take because this might be calling me old school, even though I'm the youngest one here probably. Jim Brown had the greatest rookie season of all time. He was the only rookie to ever win MVP in his first season. So
what year did he play in?
I don't know, but he won MVP in
Like 57, bro. They didn't have
even then. Eric Dickerson
shoulder pads. Then I don't know. They didn't. The NFL has changed so much. I think in the modern era, in recency, Grady, yes, JD5 is what RG3 was supposed to be, is what he was projected to be. But then RG3 went down. And I want to kind of bounce off of what JT said. The reason why CJ Stroud had a sophomore slump, Stephon Diggs went out by week 6. Tank Dell went out by week 8. The only person who was there on a somewhat constant basis was Nico Collins. And Nico Collins, I remember this because he was on my fantasy team. By the way, stay tuned for a segment later on this in the episode. But Nico Collins was out for like 5 weeks last season with an injury. So that's the reason why C.J. Stroud had a sophomore slump. Who was he throwing to? Who was C.J. Stroud throwing to? Robert Woods? Yeah.
Hey, don't diss on Robert Woods.
I think the Commanders do make the playoffs this year. They did bring in Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel was an acquisition over the offseason. Terry McLaurin just signed that 3-year, $96 million deal. I mean, he's really got to prove it with Washington because, he's in the early 30s part of his, career, and they just signed into an extension. So, I mean, Terry McLaurin I'm high on. Deebo Samuel I'm high on. And JD5 I'm high on. So, but if we're talking about rookie seasons, like in recency, like the most notable, I can cash it.
1957, by the way. It's Jim Brown's rookie season. Are we?
You said of all time. We're not counting just recency. If we're talking about recently, yes, I would 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
And I'd even put guys like Jamar Chase probably up there too.
Yeah, Chase.
But I'd say JD.
Was the Fords pass even legal when Jim Brown was in the league? Like, come on now. Let's be honest with ourselves here, guys.
I don't know. I just know that Jim Brown won MVP when he was a rookie, and nobody else has ever done that. So
I mean, I think that's a very fair point from JT. It's just like I also do agree with Grady that like it's 1957. Like
half of the eligible males
fair.
died in World War II. I mean, I feel like this isn't really like a fair conversation to be having right now, guys. Come on.
That's insane and definitely out of pocket. I just want to plug that. But we've been talking about NFL so much this episode. I know Michael, you're a big Braves guy. You're a big MLB fan, just like I am, and I know you had a cash or trash related to the MLB that you want to share.
Yeah, this is gonna be clipped everywhere probably. So I want to shout out Jason Barker, by the way, if he's watching.
Shout out.
I want because this is something that was brought up. I don't remember who brought it up, but I remember specifically me and him talking about it last semester. And it was an argument between Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge being the best hitter in baseball. I'm going to make a claim. Cash or trash, Aaron Judge right now is the best overall player in the game of baseball.
In the game of baseball.
Cash.
He's saying that as a Yankees fan.
I am a Yankees fan, but Cash, 100% Cash. He might be hurt, like coming back from an injury right now, but 100%, like dude has almost 50 home runs. Like he is 100% the best hitter in baseball. And
Grady?
the best overall player in baseball.
Grady?
I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, I don't want to dude, Shohei Ohtani is really good. I feel like it's kind of hard to just – it's hard to look at a guy that can hit a ball 400 feet and then go out there and throw a 99-mile-per-hour fastball and be like, yeah, hit the bench, buddy. Aaron Judge is better. I feel like it's just kind of a crazy thing to say. And I'm not even one of those guys that's just that thinks Shohei is the best all the time, but it's just kind of a crazy thing to say in my opinion. Like when you just look at the two options.
Right now, I would say this season, yes.
Yes.
Right now, Ohtani is batting a 278, even though he does have around the 40 homer mark. Aaron Judge has a constant batting average of a 323 as of right now. And earlier this season, before the All-Star break, he had a consistent batting average of the 340s, 350s, and a lot of people were like, oh yeah, Aaron Judge is going to slump. He always does in the month of July and August. We have not seen that. It's still a 323 batting average. So honestly, Michael, you said it was going to be clipped everywhere. I don't think it will be. I'm going to cash your statement. But that is all the time we have left for this segment. And we're going to show some love to the other shows, going a quick ad break. But when we come back, it's time to talk about some fantasy football.
This is the Philly Sports Guy, and you're listening to Sports Out of Pocket on Wolf Sports Network.
Hello? Hey there, sir. Have you heard the news? What news? Sports Pack is back. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The start of a new semester means that Sports Pack is back on Mondays and Thursdays from 6 to 7 here on Wolf Sports Network.
Wolf Sports Network is content heaven for a sports fan, but their show Sports Pack is my personal favorite. Sports Pack airs on Mondays and Thursdays from 6 to 7 on Wolf Sports Network, filled with fresh personalities, funny moments, and piping hot takes, along with call-ins that allow listeners to get in on the action. Check out Sports Pack every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 7, only on Wolf Sports Network.
Man, this beat brings back memories. Anyways, let me tell you all about this show on Wolf Sports Network. Get with the playbook. Get with the playbook. Get with the playbook. It's the playbook. Hear us talk about all college basketball, football, and baseball. Fridays at noon. The Playbook, only on Wolf Sports Network.
It's that time of the year again, and we're talking all things fantasy. Whether you're a 10-year vet or a first-year rookie, we've got you covered with some fantasy football.
That's right, fantasy football is back for probably the third year straight. I don't know how long I've been doing fantasy football and Sports Out of Pocket, but I am coming into this episode as last year's champion. Now, I understand JT, Grady, and Michael were not in that league last season, but that does not matter. Jackson Voles is the reigning WSN fantasy football champion. And, you know, I'm super stoked about this fantasy football season. We just drafted yesterday. It was, I believe, me, Brandon Dyer, and Joey Prater in the office over there, and everybody else was somewhere else. But, JT, I want to start with you with your fantasy football team. Just give us some highs and lows and some stuff about this fantasy football season, your outlook on it.
All right, so I'm kind of pulling a Jason Barker from last year. I'm very rookie heavy this season. Other than that, Josh Allen's my quarterback. Yeah. I made a trade for him after the draft. Picked up him and awful. Keon Coleman. Jackson doesn't like it because he wasn't involved in the trade.
That's not why.
Running backs, I got Amarion Hampton and Travion Henderson. Wide receivers, I got Travis Hunter and Ted McMillan. Bench is kind of iffy. I got Rashee Rice and Joe Mixon that when they come back, I think I'll be good. And then I got Trey McBride at tight end. So I'm feeling pretty good about my team. If I can come out of the first 6 weeks with 3 to 4 wins and then Rashee Rice and Joe Mixon come back, I think I'm pretty set to make a solid playoff run.
Very quick, JT, tell everybody the trade that you made with Joey Prater, just so they know why I don't like it.
All right. So you got to know the context for this trade. I really needed a quarterback. I was rocking with Brock Purdy, and I also had A.J. Brown at the time. I'm not saying I'm not, like, he's not a good player. I'm not the biggest on A.J. Brown. And, I mean, if you can't tell, I'm wearing a Bills jersey. I'm a Bills fan. So the trade, I gave away Brock Purdy, A.J. Brown, and A.D. Mitchell for Josh Allen, Keon Coleman, and Jacoby Myers. And now Jackson's like, oh, you lost this so bad. And maybe I did lose it a little bit, but for what my team needed, I needed a quarterback, so I got the best one in the league, the MVP. I get possibly his number one receiver this year. Either him or Khalil Shakir is going to be the number one. Either way, Keon's going to have a better season. And then Jacoby Myers, who was wide receiver 17 last year. And yes, they got Amari Cooper, but this offense with Geno Smith at quarterback, they are going to pass that football, and Jacoby Myers is going to have another 1,000-yard year.
Look. I don't like the trade because you gave up a solidified wide receiver one, and in my opinion, he's a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL for guys who are in the 20 to 25 range when it comes to NFL wide receivers in fantasy. In a 14 league,
In a 14-man league, you need depth more than you need star players, and that's not being crazy. That's being truthful.
All right, Grady. How are you feeling about your fantasy team?
Auto draft did me in the worst way possible. I don't even know what to say, but that winning is not my main goal. I named my team one thing, and that is the Church of Kyle Pitts. And so this is a public service announcement. Richard, I know you have Kyle Pitts, and I want him now. I will do anything you need me to. You are holding him hostage, and I will give great sums of money and a lot of players to bring him home. That is the only thing I need to feel like I won this fantasy season, because my team, it's irrelevant right now, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm kind of cooked. Me and JT made a trade. He helped me out a little bit, but I need Kyle Pitts now.
Well, Grady, I feel like you were looking too much upon the now and not for the later. It's not about how you start. By the way, hold on, I want to quote somebody that used to be on the show, Mr. Stephen Lambert. I want to quote him. It's not about how you start, and in the later half of the season, it's about how you finish. So, if you're trying to clutch up for a playoff spot and you give up a guy like Joe Mixon, and you gave up Rashee Rice too, right?
Yes, because I'm trying to win games and not go 0 for 4 to start off my season. Because it is also about how you start. I don't know if those games are counted as well. The first 4 games of the season do count towards your final score. I don't know if we were clear on that. But if we're not talking Kyle Pitts, I don't want to talk.
We are. Dude, Rashee Rice and Joe Mixon are bona fide wide receiver, or RB1 and wide receiver 1. They're going to be phenomenal when they come back from injury. Now, Michael Miller, you were doing this from your basement on your simulator at home. So I want to ask you about your fantasy football team. How are you feeling about it this season?
Feeling good. The only real regret or frustration I had during the draft was I waited 1 pick too long to get Jared Goff, and then you took him.
Do you want him?
Not that bad. I like Drake May too. It's fine.
Who's your backup quarterback right now?
Got Cam Ward. I always like to take a rookie just in case they end up popping off and have a good year.
Jackson's the biggest fantasy liar of all time. He will lie and deceive you consistently. Do you want to tell him about the pick trade that you tried to do with me at the beginning of the year?
Before the draft, he tried to trade picks, and it was the worst thing I've ever seen. Almost the worst thing I've ever seen. This guy tried to get, who was it? Trey McBride for Marvin Mims and Jake Ferguson.
Dude. Grady, you
Marvin
needed
Mims just
that.
got hurt.
Hold on. Let me preface something real quick. You had Rashee Rice as a wide receiver 2 right now, or on your team at the time. And Marvin Mims is a borderline wide receiver 2 in the NFL.
JT, what happened to him at practice?
Injury.
This was before, by the way, this was before the injury.
A groin injury.
This was
Marvin
before
Mims.
the injury.
I hate when bad things happen to good
So
people.
if you think about it, it's not that bad. But Michael, you were saying?
Yeah, but the rest of my team I really like. Bucky Irving, Alvin Kamara, the 2 running backs, Puka Nacua, Jalen Waddle at wide receiver, and then I also got Chris Olave on the bench just in case that Saints quarterback room isn't awful. That was my kind of concern with Olave. And then Chuba Hubbard at flex, and then Mark Andrews at tight end.
Dude, Chuba Hubbard is insane. He had a great season last season. But I want to talk about my fantasy team heading into this season for this league. I'm in 4 different leagues, but this league specifically. My quarterback is Jared Goff. I kind of waited till the 12th, 13th round for a quarterback. So, I'm not too mad about Jared Goff because I have that Jared Goff, David Montgomery stack. My running backs are David Montgomery, Bijan Robinson, and then my wide receivers right now are Mike Evans, T. Higgins, DK Metcalf. On my bench, by the way, Amari Cooper will be the wide receiver 1 in Vegas. I believe so. Cooper Kupp recently acquired Seahawk, and Marvin Mims Jr. right now he's questionable. Obviously, he went down with an injury. And then my tight end, Jake Ferguson, and then I have Eagles defense, Jason Myers. Honestly, I think I have a top 3 team right now in fantasy, and I'm looking to build off the hype I had last season and continue on this fantasy football run, which I won last season. Now, I kind of want to get into the topic of who are you high on and who are you low on? Who are some sleepers? Who are some guys to look out for?
All right, so I kind of want to start this off. A guy that I'm very high on is Travion Henderson of the New England Patriots. I have him in our league. I'm very high on this guy. I got him in the 5th round or the 6th round. and auto pick got him for me, so I'm actually pretty happy about that. I would have taken him anyway. But this dude's first touch in the NFL was a 100-yard kickoff return touchdown.
Yep.
He had a touchdown every single preseason game. Ramondre Stevenson, his days are over in New England. Travion Henderson out of Ohio State is the better Ohio State running back. He's going to take over this backfield, and he will be a 1,000-yard rusher for New England this year, and there's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah. Dude, Ramondre Stevenson, he was top 3 in fumbles and running backs last season, and as a starting running back, just not overall running backs in general. But yeah, Ramondre Stevenson's days are over, bro. I love Travion Henderson. I truly do. Now, who's a guy that you're low on? That my voice correct.
I would say I'm kind of low on, and I know he just signed a contract extension. I'm low on Terry McLaurin this year. I think that he's going too high in drafts. I know he had a great season last year, but I don't think Jaden Daniels is going to perform quite as well as he did last year.
Why?
Because I think he's going to have a sophomore slump similar to C.J. Stroud. I do think Jaden Daniels is a great player, but I don't think he's going to perform up to the standards of one of the greatest rookie seasons of all time like Grady was talking about. I think he might throw for like 500 yards less. Bill is going to take over that backfield, and he is going to rush for 1,000 yards. I'm so confident on that as well. Terry McLaurin is not going to get the love that he got before, and with Deebo Samuel coming in, I think that there's so many guys on that offense now that Terry McLaurin is not going to get as much love this year.
And, they still have Zach Ertz, and JD5 did use Zach Ertz a lot. He was a very serviceable tight end for fantasy. Now, Grady Hamilton, who are you high and who are you low on for fantasy football?
I think we all know who I'm high on. Kyle Pitts. Richard, I know you hear me. You're in the room right behind me right now. I'm looking at this camera, but you're right behind me. I know that you have Kyle Pitts, and you're keeping him from me. Send the trade now. Send the trade. I'll give you whatever you want. Send the trade now.
You Falcons fans are like Cowboys fans. Cowboys fans say, oh, it's going to be our year every year. And Falcons fans say, oh, it's going to be Pitts season, Pitts season, Pitts season.
I'm not.
I hate Kyle Pitts.
I'm not a Falcons fan, and I'm saying that.
Hey, great. Yeah, I said it, Grady. I said it.
About Kyle
Grady,
Pitts.
why are you so high on Kyle Pitts this season?
He's the best tight end of all time. It's pretty obvious, despite some early struggles.
I will say Kyle Pitts is a great guy. I met him at a golf course one time. He's actually a really nice guy. So
legend.
He can't catch a football.
If we're fantasy drafting off of character.
All right, let me tell you. So this is insider information from Kyle Pitts himself. I told him I had him on my fantasy team all of the seasons that he's been in the NFL, and I said, "Hey man, I'm really rooting for you. I know you can do good this year. This is your year." And he said, "I'm gonna try my best."
And that's
the insider information that I have from Kyle Pitts.
I thought he was going to apologize to you.
That's Kyle like a source, trust me, bro.
He said he will do better this year.
Who's the guy you're low on?
Richard for not giving Kyle Pitts. Guys.
Richard, I'm pretty low on him too, bro.
If we're not talking Kyle Pitts, I don't want to talk. That's all I have to say.
All right, I'm going to toss it over to Michael. Michael, who's a guy you're high and low on for fantasy this season?
Okay, so I'm going to keep it with the Falcons because I'm extremely high on Drake London this year. I think he took a big step in fantasy last season with Kirk Cousins the first half of the year, but I think Michael Penix is going to be much better than Kirk Cousins was last year. I think Michael Penix is insane. So I think Drake's going to be really, really good this year in fantasy. I'm not really incredibly low on anybody, but I guess if I were lower on somebody than a lot of people are, it'd be Ashton Jeanty. I worry about the Raiders' offensive line, and I know it's preseason. I don't really put a lot of stock in preseason, but I didn't really love what I saw in some of his preseason games. So taking him in the first round in fantasy, I think is a little presumptuous.
I was going to piggyback off that. Having him as a first-round pick, I don't think that's ever happened for a rookie ever in fantasy. And Ashton Jeanty is going to be the first, and in a horrible offense.
The competition is just so much different from NFL to Boise State. Come on, guys. I feel like that's kind of nuts.
I don't think he should be a first-round pick. I avoid him in every draft that I have done this year. If he falls to the second round, I might take a shot on him. Okay. I do think he's going to be a good running back, but drafting him in the first round in any fantasy draft is just insane to me.
I don't think he should be drafted in the first round. I think he's going to have a solid season, and a lot of people are looking at the fact that, Ashton Jeanty has a lot of comparisons to Marshawn Lynch, who's the new head coach in Vegas.
Pete
Carroll. And we saw what Pete Carroll did with Marshawn Lynch in Seattle, but the thing is, Seattle had a really solid O-line. What do the Vegas Raiders not have? An O-line.
Yeah.
Or a decent one. I mean, they have Jackson Powers-Johnson. They have Colton Miller. They have guys like Alex Kappa recently acquired over the offseason, but I don't think that's enough to really block for Ashton Genty. So I am kind of low on him. Honestly, I'm high on Michael Penix Jr. I mean, like, there's a reason why I drafted Bijan Robinson over Saquon Barkley, and a lot of people thought I was going to draft Saquon Barkley as an Eagles fan. Right, Bijan Robinson over the last 4 weeks of last season with Michael Penix Jr. starting averaged over 23.5 fantasy points in that last 4-week stretch, and I think that momentum is going to carry on to this season. So that's the reason why I went there. Now, obviously, Bijan Robinson and guys like him are going to be scoring a lot of touchdowns. JT Groves, what is the one dance that sticks out to you?
I'd say one big one is the gritty.
The gritty?
Yeah.
The gritty? Grady?
I think that's a pretty good one.
The gritty?
The gritty? All right. It's time for our brand new segment, Hit the Gritty.
When you think of celebrations, a lot of different ones might come to mind. But there is one dance that stands out above the rest. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to hit the gritty.
Now, since it's season 6, a brand new era, I wanted to switch it up a little bit, and we have a brand new segment, Hit the Gritty, where we're tackling the immaculate grids. Now, Michael, you have the immaculate grid pulled up right now. We're going to do number 770, for NFL immaculate grid today, and we're going to leave an open table discussion, so whoever wants to go first.
All right, I'm just going to throw this out there. One that sticks out to me, and I don't think a lot of people are going to guess it. I'm going to throw out DeAndre Hopkins for the Chiefs and the Ravens.
Yeah.
That is good, huh?
Yeah. That is, what the? Oh,
You gotta spell DeAndre.
DeAndre Hopkins
has not played a snap yet.
Oh, okay. Okay, you still have to click it anyway. I actually want to go next,
Rough.
and I'm gonna go the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we interviewed this guy last semester, Sports Out of Pocket legend, UWG legend Tyrell Adams. So let's throw him in the middle spot.
Holy pull.
Shout out Tyrell Adams.
Tyrell Adams, 0.03%. I will take it.
Whoa.
Insane pull.
All right, so anybody else want to throw out a square or a pick?
There's an easy one out here, but I don't want to say it. Dolphins and Chiefs, Tyreek Hill.
I mean, no, we're not going to go.
But we're not going to go
We're not
easy.
going to go.
We're not
easy.
going easy.
Michael, anybody?
But
You don't know.
like you could go Ryan Tannehill first round pick for Dolphins if you want to do that.
Yeah.
A while ago.
Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like not a lot of people are going to look at that.
3%.
Yeah, that's smooth. Actually, I wanted to throw out there Dolphins and or not Dolphins and Chiefs, Jaguars and Chiefs. I feel like this might get a lot of traction.
Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah, Blaine Gabbert. Okay, Blaine Gabbert.
Alright,
That's not who I was going to go
who
with.
you were gonna say?
I was going to say Jamal Charles, but Blaine
Ooh.
Gabbert might
I
actually
think
be
Gabbert's
better.
better than that. Yeah.
Blaine Gabbert.
Why is he
Well,
looking
that
at me
was-
like that?
20%?
20%.
I don't like that
20%. Ravens, Raiders. Ravens,
all right,
Chiefs.
Did Michael Crabtree ever play for the Ravens?
Michael Crabtree did play for the Ravens. Didn't he?
I think so.
It sounds right.
Does that sound right? Can we look into
All
the
right,
control
yeah.
room?
Let's. No, all right. Control room, help us out. Does that sound right?
Michael Crabtree
Michael
playing for the
Crabtree.
Ravens. Does that look right?
We're getting big yeses.
I-
We're getting big
I-
yeses.
Big
all right,
guesses,
all right.
big
We're gonna
guesses.
go Michael Crabtree. Wait. Yep.
Yep, 11% there.
I'll take it.
That's higher than I thought it was.
All right, Dolphins, Raiders. Cameron Wake never played for the Raiders. Robbie Anderson, Chosen Anderson, Dolphins, Kenny Stills. No, I'm just going throwback names here, bro. Jay Ajayi ever played for the? No, Jay Ajayi only played for Dolphins. And
I don't even know who that is.
Ravens first round pick.
Did Ajayi not play for the Raiders?
Ajayi never played for the Raiders. Ajayi
I
played
don't
for the
think he did.
Eagles and the Dolphins.
Yep.
Dolphins. Dolphins. I don't know, bro.
Dude, it hurts that I can't think of a Dolphins player right now.
If anything, we go with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, it's for the
if we're-
safe
if
pick
we're-
to make sure we get
for
one.
a safe pick.
Oh wait, no. I was gonna say Bradley Chubb for the Chiefs
And Dolphins.
and
Did he ever?
Dolphins. I don't know
think
if
he
played
ever.
for-
He
I
never
think
played for the Chiefs.
He played for the Broncos.
Jaguars first round pick. Let's go with C.J. Henderson.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
People.
That might actually be a good shout.
Recently waived by the Falcons. Yeah, see, 2%.
2%.
2%. I'll take it. Ravens first round draft pick. I mean, you have guys like,
Yeah, you have guys like
Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson. I mean, Lamar Jackson's a
he's
great
kind of
pull.
a bum. I don't think he's gonna.
He's a great
first round pick,
pull.
but I don't think he's gonna play out.
Ravens and Chiefs. Justin Houston. Justin.
He did.
Yeah, 3%. 3%. Yeah.
We got some good ball knowledge here.
Okay. We got about 2 more guesses
Dolphins
left on
players. All right, so you have Tyreek Hill. You got
Dolphins and Christian Wilkins.
Wilkins
for the Raiders and Dolphins.
Raiders, Dolphins. Yeah, that's a good shout.
Christian Wilkins. How do you spell it? Oh yeah, here you go. 36%. 36%. All right, we have 1 guess left in this immaculate grid. Ravens and first round draft pick. I mean Lamar Jackson's there. Nate Wiggins is there. I mean Nate Wiggins. If anything, Nate Wiggins.
It seems like I want to get this Chiefs-Dolphins one. I don't want to guess Tyreek Hill, but it seems like it's an obvious one, and I feel like I'm going to be really upset if we don't get it.
Did Jeremy Maclin ever play for the Dolphins?
I
don't think he ever did. Tyron Matthew never did. Chiefs DBs. I'm trying to think of Aqib Talib or Dante Hall or Cameron Wake never did. Brent Grimes never did. Oliver Vernon never did. Dolphins tight. Who was the Dolphins tight end during like the 2010s days with Tannehill? With Tannehill, and like, dude, I seriously don't know.
I'm so lost. We might have to take.
Do we have
that
to Tyreek Hill and cut our losses? Move on to the next one.
Tyreek Hill and cut our losses. We have about 4 minutes.
Or we could do the Ravens first round pick.
Ravens for Nate Wiggins.
I think Nate Wiggins would be a better shout, even though pretty obvious. 2%.
178. Do you just want to go to the next one?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one. We're gonna go to 769. Ooh, this is much easier. Eagles, Cardinals. Jordan Hicks, actually just recently retired. Jordan Hicks, 2%. Yeah. Eagles, Seahawks.
Wait. So which one did we just get?
769. Jordan Hicks. Cardinals, Eagles. Steelers, Seahawks. Made a field goal. Who has made a field goal for the Steelers? Chris Boswell. Wow. Did Justin Reed ever play for the Steelers and just kick the field goal?
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, like Justin Reed or Kareem Hunt. Steelers, Seahawks, Broncos, Cardinals. Terrell Emmitt Smith.
I will say Cameron Dicker played for the Eagles at one point.
Cameron Dicker never play for the Eagles.
I think he did.
No, he didn't.
Jackson, you're the Eagles fan.
No, he didn't. Cameron Dicker never played for the Eagles.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I'm 100% sure.
Are you 100% sure?
I'm 100% sure.
I think we lock it in.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to
Guys,
do Jackson.
Who was kicking field goals for the Eagles?
I don't think I've been so confident in my life.
David Akers?
Cameron Dicker, before he played for the Chargers, he was in Philadelphia.
He sounds pretty confident.
All right. Everybody, clown JT. Put hashtag clown JT if this is incorrect.
For an Eagles made field goal.
For Cameron Dicker.
He might not have made it for the Eagles, but he played for them.
Cinema.
Yeah,
You got to take off that jersey now.
Wow.
See, he just kind of
take
did
it
you
off.
like that. I'll be honest with you. He did you bad.
Wow. Let's check JT's browser history. Make sure you didn't look that up. Come, maybe you look down.
I did not look it up.
All right. Eagles, Seahawks, Steelers, Seahawks. I really don't know. Steelers, Cardinals. Patrick Peterson. Yeah, Pat Pete. Just put Patrick Peterson. That's 23%. Not as high as I thought it was going to be. Broncos, Seahawks. Broncos made a field goal. Brandon McManus.
There's let Russ cook.
Russell
Wilson.
Russell Wilson. We got about a minute left in this segment. Russell Wilson.
Noah Fant.
I think Noah Fant's probably better.
I wrote Russell Wilson in. Broncos. Will Lutz.
Will Lutz made a field goal with them. He did do that.
Will Lutz. It would be less percentage than Brandon McManus. Boswell. I'm just throwing in Boswell just because. Seahawks, Eagles, Michael Bennett.
About Golden Tate.
Michael Bennett. Yeah, Michael Bennett.
About Golden Tate.
How many more random players can we name in the next minute?
All right. Steelers and Seahawks.
Seahawks. Russell Wilson.
Yeah, bro, that's pretty random. Oh, we already used it. Or no, I didn't use it. Broncos Cardinals. I'm pretty sure it was Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith.
Go for it.
You have to say it 100%.
I don't think he ever played for the Broncos.
No, never played for the Broncos, but he played for the Cardinals. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. JT made me look a little dumb, and it's got me a little fired up because he's the new guy on the show, and I've been here for 6 seasons. I made myself look stupid.
Whoa. Did you say fired up?
Fired up, yeah. But right when we get back, we are going to get into our signature segment, Fire Me Up. Stay tuned. Gonna go show some love to the other shows, and we will be right back.
It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. You're listening to Sports Out of Pocket, live on Wolf Sports Network. The Wolves play here.
Hello? Hey there, sir. Have you heard the news? What news? Sports Pack is back. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The start of a new semester means that Sports Pack is back on Mondays and Thursdays from 6 to 7 here on Wolf Sports Network.
Wolf Sports Network is content heaven for a sports fan, but their show Sports Pack is my personal favorite. Sports Pack airs on Mondays and Thursdays from 6 to 7 on Wolf Sports Network, filled with fresh personalities, funny moments, and piping hot takes, along with call-ins that allow listeners to get in on the action. Check out Sports Pack every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 7, only on Wolf Sports Network.
Man, this beat brings back memories. Anyways, let me tell you all about this show on Wolf Sports Network. Get with the playbook. Get with the playbook. Get with the playbook. It's the playbook. Hear us talk about all college basketball, football, and baseball. Fridays at noon. The Playbook, only on Wolf Sports Network.
Hello? Hey there, sir. Have you heard the news? What news? Sports Pack is back. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The start of a new semester means that Sports Pack is back on Mondays and Thursdays from 6 to 7 here on Wolf Sports Network.
It's time to get heated with Fire Me Up.
That's right. Fire Me Up is back for like the 5th season in a row. Our signature showstopper segment where we get fired up. And this week, it's about our NFL teams. I'm fired up because the Eagles are the reigning Super Bowl champions. I know you're fired up because the Bills lose continuously to the Chiefs in the playoffs. And you two, I don't see a reason why y'all be fired up. You're Falcons fans. But we are joined in the room by some special guests, former Sports Out of Pocket members, WSN legends, Andrew Jefferson, Chase Jefferson, and our host who was here for 5 seasons, Mr. Stephen Lambert.
Oh my God.
So I want to start with my team. Dude, I love how the Eagles are looking heading into this season. I mean, reigning Super Bowl champions. We did lose CJ and that's the only part I hate. CJ Gardner-Johnson is now a Texan, and we traded him for Kenyon Green, who's no longer on the team, by the way, just got waived 2 days ago. So I see no reason that I should be excited about that. So it was basically we got rid of him for no reason. But, I'm liking the Eagles' chances in the NFC this season. I don't think they're going to win the NFC this season. I think that goes to... I just don't think they're going to win it. I really don't know. I think it might be the Lions this season.
Enough
He's
talking.
humble. He's
enough
nonchalant.
talking.
Okay.
Enough talking. I want to talk about my Buffalo Bills real quick. Yep. I'm so big. Yep. I'm so big on my team this year. We are going all the way. I'm tired of all these dumb rules that are coming in a little bit late. The first down, the coin flip, all this stuff because of the Bills and because the Chiefs refs hate us. They hate everybody. And I'm tired of it, so the NFL is trying to cover it up. The Chiefs are still going to get the best of us, probably in the playoffs. Something's going to happen with the refs again. But at the same time, I got faith that our Bills are going to do it this year. And our offense is still great. We brought in Joshua Palmer at receiver. Our offense has not slowed down one bit. We're at our peak that we've ever been at with Josh Allen, the reigning MVP of the NFL. We have a great defense. They've always been one of the top in the league. Only thing I'm worried about is our safeties, but we brought in Jordan Poyer. Maxwell Harrison's a little hurt right now. He's coming back in a couple weeks. Like, this is a good team, and I'm excited for the season. We brought in Joey Bosa. We brought in these players. We're ready to compete.
No, you two are Atlanta Falcons fans, and last season, I know some former Sports Out of Pocket members had said that the Falcons were going to make the NFC Championship. I will not name those Sports Out of Pocket members, Andrew, Chase, but
I think you named them.
Yeah, I did. I did name them. But how are y'all feeling heading in this season as Falcons fans?
Michael, do you want to go first here?
I will go first because I have a message for somebody out there. I'm going to look right in this camera. Baker Mayfield in Tampa Bay, Florida. Stop what you're doing and listen to me right now, sir.
Uh-oh.
You have been the king of the NFC South for 3 years. 1 year too long. But it's over this year. It's Michael Penix Jr. It's his division. It's his team. And it's going to be his league at some point. The Atlanta Falcons are going 12-5. Jalen Walker and James Pierce are both going to lead the league in sacks. We're going to win the NFC South, and then we're going to go lose to Detroit in the divisional round.
And they have a secret weapon.
Not to beat a dead horse, guys, but I'm going to beat the dead horse. Kyle Pitts is the greatest tight end. Yeah! It makes me cry every time I think about him because of how great he is, how beautiful he is as a tight end. You can't even tackle him. Like, if people try to come close and tackle him, they just can't. Like, we didn't throw to him because we were being nice to the rest of the league. But it's over now. We're throwing to Kyle Pitts. We have a good quarterback. Did I mention we have Kyle Pitts? Did I mention we have Kyle Pitts?
They call him the unicorn for a reason because nobody's ever touched the unicorn.
He gets the idea. And Richard, I'm coming for you.
He's right behind you.
He's in the control room.
Bro, I'm actually high on Michael Penix Jr. I mean, we remember the last time a guy in Atlanta who was a quarterback by the name of Michael, we remember how that went.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
for a while.
He was a dog.
Until it wasn't.
He
went really well.
He was a dog. Dude, I'm really excited about this NFL season. I mean, the Eagles have the home opener or have the season opener against the Cowboys, and I know we are all going to be in here watching it. And I'm super excited to see them Cowgirls lose. So I actually want to throw it around the table very quick before we end off this show. Who do y'all think is going to win, the Eagles or Cowboys, for a season opener?
Cowboys.
Give me the Eagles. As much as I hate to say it, standing across from Jackson Bulls over here, I think the Cowboys are going to be a good team. I think that Dak Prescott, when he's healthy, is a top 10 quarterback at least in the league. He consistently throws for 5,000 yards when he's healthy. He has two great weapons. He has CeeDee Lamb, and then he gets another CeeDee Lamb across from him, basically, with George Pickens.
The guy who stands like this in front of the TV during draft day?
Yep. What about it? He's a menace. Their entire team is going to be good. As long as Jerry Jones is there, though, I don't think they're going to win this game.
I know who loses. I don't know who wins, but I know who loses. And it's us, the fans at home, that have to listen to Eagles and Cowboys fans talk about this. I mean, do we care, guys? It's not Kyle Pitts. If we're not talking Kyle Pitts, I don't want to talk. And probably the Eagles will win.
You know, I'm going to say the Philadelphia I'm going to say the Philadelphia Eagles. And just like that photo of me eating that donut, I think that the Eagles are going to eat up that Cowboys defense. Saquon Barkley's going to rush for 200 yards. A.J. Brown's going to have 100 yards receiving.
200 on the season, right?
No, not for the season. Just for the game. Devontae Smith is going to have at least 50 to 75 yards. I mean, I still believe in this Eagles O-line, even with Landon Dickerson out for 6 weeks. So, you know, I believe in this Eagles team. Honestly, yeah, Eagles, go Eagles, fly. I'm not going to sing the song before you ask me.
Did you know
I do know the lyrics. I know the lyrics. I'm not going to sing the song. I'm not. But, Michael, you want to give your pick?
You have no idea how bad I want to pick Dallas just because you're standing right next to me. But give me the Eagles by 3 touchdowns.
Eagles by 3 touchdowns?
Dude,
I like that answer.
No, I think it's going to be a closer game than that. I think they're going to give us a show. The NFL is going to give us a show. It's going to be the first game of the season. They're trying to get people hyped. They're not just going to let it be a blowout.
It's the Cowboys.
All right.
Counterpoint,
they're
it's
not
the
just going to
Cowboys.
let it be a blowout.
All right. I want to give one more game day pick. Tomorrow night, West Georgia Wolves are heading to Samford to face the Samford Bulldogs. Who is winning tomorrow night's game, JT?
Give me them. Ow! Give me them Wolves, baby. We're going to win this game. We beat them last year. We're going to beat them again, and we're going to go undefeated this year. Maybe not, but
we're winning the Super Bowl undefeated. The Wolves are going undefeated, dude. Can you howl again, JT?
Hey, do they have Kyle Pitts?
Unfortunately not, but they're still howling again. Thank you. Exactly. That's the energy we bring into that game. Sanford, y'all better watch out. We are coming for you, Sanford. We're coming for you. Watch out.
A wolf beats a dog any day of the week.
The Wolves are going to eat them Bulldogs alive. I say the West Georgia Wolves are going to win 24-3. I'll just do that.
3?
You know what? 28-3 for your Falcons fans.
Oh,
I'm not going to howl.
Man, do we remember what happened last year? First Division I game for West Georgia. Sanford came in here, beat him like a freaking drum. Right to go back. We're go right to Alabama. Not that far of a drive, and lay 50 on Sanford tomorrow night. 50-3 as the final score.
Dude, Davin Widener's throwing for at least 250. At least 250. TJ Lockwood's going to have over 100 yards that game, dude. I'm super psyched. But that is all the time we have.
How much money do you have to pay to howl? How much money do I have to pay to howl?
That's all I'm going to do. But that's all the time we have for today. Thank y'all so much for taking time to watch this stream. Next week, we should have some shows out. But for Michael, JT, Grady, everybody in the control room, former Sports Out of Pocket legends,
thank y'all.
We will see y'all next week. Woo!